Welcome to episode 1 of Potato Tamato. My name is Trenton Ingle, and I'm here with Jack, Ethan, Cole, and Gabe. We will be discussing online schooling. In my opinion, the online schooling could have been better. Zoom was not the best option.
My name is Jack, and in my opinion, online schooling has a lot of potential and it can work very well, but the teachers failed to teach the students how to work it. We were just thrown into this Google Classroom and no one was shown how to use it, and it really reflected on some of the students' grades.
I am Ethan, and I agree with Jack. The teachers did not explain anything to us. They just threw us in there, and they would all post stuff on different websites, and it would be like every day I would find out I had a missing assignment that I didn't even know existed.
I'm Cole, and my main complaint about online schooling is the platform Zoom. There are many more platforms that would be easier to use and students are more acquainted with, such as Discord or Microsoft Teams, for example. But none of us have really had any experience with Zoom, so it was a big learning curve for most of the students.
Hi, I'm Gabe, and I was opposed from these guys here. I don't really like online schooling. I do agree that the teachers really didn't explain much. They kind of just threw us in some place and said, "Go do it." That really wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable at all, as it would say, and it was really easy to cheat. I've had people that have given me papers and papers of like weeks of work of just stuff that they found online. So there was really no point in doing it. You could do it the day before if you really needed to. It was easy to cheat, and you wouldn't learn anything at all.
Now that we know everyone's views, let's have an open discussion about the topic.
Okay, I'll talk first. I agree with Gabe. There were so many random websites, and I mean, it was the teachers were forced to do more work than they normally would, because the teachers were kind of required to do more work than they usually would. I mean, normally you can just steal a paper from online and get away with it, but this time it didn't really work. And there was also no stability whatsoever. There was just any website that they found on the internet. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I do agree.
Yes.
I will admit I did cheat on a lot of stuff.
Didn't all of us, though, to be fair?
To be fair,
to be honest.
There were a few that I had no clue what to do.
I did do stuff when I didn't understand it and I didn't feel like doing it, so I looked it up. I know there were some students that did it a lot more than others. Like, they would have big group discussions where they just give each other the answers.
Yes.
And they just wouldn't learn anything.
Yeah.
Which you're going to have that nowadays, no matter what, just because the technology has become more prevalent in schools. It's bound to happen.
I will say this, though. A computer can't teach as well as a person can.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. You can't get the same experience you can with technology than a person.
Especially when they're just throwing worksheets out there.
Yeah.
Now,
Learn more.
I will disagree with that. In my experience, I learned just as well as I would have in school. Actually, this quarter was my best quarter this year.
Well, maybe because if you didn't cheat.
I will say.
Now,
sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll say that there seemed to be this online schooling did create a big gap between 4.0 students and 2.0 students. It seemed like you either got it perfectly and it was super easy, or you got you really struggled with it and you fell to almost ineligible.
Yeah.
It also really widened. I'm trying to think of the word here. It really brought the men from. That's not the way of saying
Separated the men from the boys.
Yes, exactly. It showed the people that really pay attention and do put work into it, and the people that don't do it don't do anything at all.
Yep. It definitely showed who would actually do the work.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the biggest problem was time management. Because normally, schools kind of brainwash you. You do this at this bell. You have 2 minutes to get your stuff and go to the next class. But now, you were just given stuff at the beginning of the week, and you're expected to do it by the end. And so people that aren't so motivated might just see an assignment that's due Friday and think, I'll do it Thursday night.
That might be.
I think that could, I think schools should talk about that more, in their lessons, time management. They should teach that, because now that we're we're expected to do this stuff on our own, we don't know what to do because we've never experienced this.
Mhm.
Personally, one of my biggest problems that I had with online schooling was keep managing my own time. Because I've always had trouble doing that. And school was nice because it's a structured schedule. The same thing happens every day. With online schooling, I don't have that reason to wake up at the same time every morning, even though it should be necessary because it's inducing healthy habits. But because I didn't have that schedule, I felt less inclined to do the work I was supposed to and more focused on doing it last minute, an hour before it was due.
Yeah.
And that can lead to more cheating because
Yeah.
of the time crunch that you put yourself
Like, you
into.
freak out and you realize you only have like a couple minutes to do it, and then you have
And
to
you
couple
cheat.
minutes, how long are you sleeping?
Yeah.
A few minutes.
That might
Okay,
be
a few minutes.
Sleep until 11:50 p.m.
Well,
Oh crap, what day is it?
And I mean, like, teachers can only enforce time management so much. If students are just unwilling to do it, then you're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, those are the same students that would fail even if we're in a normal school. We're worried
Yeah.
about, like, the students that would normally be getting A's and B's are now getting, like, C's and D's.
Mhm.
yeah.
And
And that-
teachers don't know why.
It probably has something to do with the human contacts and how important it is for some people.
I personally don't feel like I'm being teached to as efficiently if they're on like the other side of a screen, for instance, if we're using Zoom or any type of video call. I'm more preoccupied with what's going on in front of me in real life rather than just what's beyond a screen because it has to do with how I pay attention to things. I have trouble paying attention to something if it's on a screen rather than if it's real life in front of me.
And I mean, that makes sense. Like, humans are so social and emotional, and when you're just looking at lights on a screen, you don't really feel that pressure to get something done as much as you would when an adult is telling you you should get this done by this time.
Because you also have that feeling that you're behind a screen, that you can't be embarrassed by not doing it. It's you can't feel as accountable as for your actions.
Well, yeah, it's one of the many reasons why people throw their opinions on social media because they're behind a screen and they feel like they have more courage or something like that to say whatever they want.
But that's going into a different topic.
Yes, yes. That's a whole.
That's a topic for episode 2.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Is that a plug?
Plugging our own podcast.
Yeah.
That's
I think it's when you actually see the people in your life, you can learn more because you can actually talk to them. They are right there in front of you, and you can ask questions to the teacher, and you can learn better. But now it's like you got to send an email, and that's all you can do.
If you don't understand it the way the website wants you to understand it, you're toast.
Yeah.
And on email, most teachers don't even answer their emails.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've tried
Oh, yeah.
emailing
It would.
your phone number 1, but you don't expect an email back.
Yeah.
we might want to censor that.
He
Our blank
probably.
teacher.
People will know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but there's some teachers that won't even reply to their emails for days.
Which
Like,
is the main way that they tell us to talk to them as well.
Oh, yeah.
they tell us before we go to quarantine, like, email us. That should be, just email us if you have a question, and then they just don't reply.
Yeah.
You get ghosted for like a week and a half.
And it's the same people that tell us to have proper ethics, like talking wise,
Yeah.
to like be respectful. Responding 4 days after someone emails you is not being respectful,
Yeah.
especially if you email them on like on a Wednesday or Thursday and the thing is due on a Friday.
Yeah.
It just happened countless times.
So back to the screen, being behind a screen. That's why I know that some schools are using VR for schooling because it puts you more into the moment, and that does have a large cost to it. But
And there have been some studies where they have recreated a room. Like they put the person experiencing the VR in a room, and they recreate that exact room in VR. And the majority of the time, the people just forget that they are actually in the VR itself.
yeah,
They feel like they're actually being in reality because everything's so similar. You can't tell a difference between the two. That just shows how far this technology has been coming in the past 5 years.
Your brain just zones out. It's like the Matrix.
We give Facebook a bad rap for their everything because we know Facebook isn't great.
yeah.
But to be fair, they are one of the main pioneers in the VR movement
History.
with Oculus.
Yeah.
Oculus is
Oh yeah.
Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
thought.
Oculus is
And
Without
very,
them-
I think so.
What's it called? It's when it has.
Inside out tracking.
I think so, because you used to have to check a room. You have to have these
Yeah, you
AR
have to have
cameras,
basic-
infrared cameras all around like every corner.
Oh, yeah.
That's not possible. You don't have that. You don't have to have that anymore. They've also made it so in the thing itself, you don't have to have a computer. So it's all on your face. You have nothing to worry about, no cables or anything. It's crazy to think that there's been that many developments in the past 10 years.
yeah.
But I don't know. With VR, I don't know how VR works that much. But like, if you're prone to like seizures or panic attacks, could that make you like feel claustrophobic?
It could,
Well,
but it's been a lot better with the increase in technology. They're making it feel more and more lifelike with each new generation of
And I mean,
things that are
with
coming out.
the first generation of VR, motion sickness was much more prevalent.
Within like 10 minutes, people were
Right.
throwing up.
But now, like, people can last like an hour or
Yeah.
more.
I know I
I've
bring-
seen YouTube videos of people playing Minecraft
For-
VR for weeks on end.
Yeah, not taking off the headset.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know I only brought that up for VR, but you're gonna have issues with like disabled or challenged people, regardless of
Yeah.
whether it's VR. Or
Yeah.
computers.
That's actually where they've been testing this. Testing like with VR on people in wheelchairs, just like so they can experience more things. And it's been proven to increase their mood, make them less depressed, which is actually really cool information.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It shows that technology can help the human body.
If they have an issue that would make them struggle to go to school, maybe it'd just be easier for them to wake up and put on a headset. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
pressured to go to school.
Yeah.
And with this new technology that is being put out, it's getting cheaper and cheaper to make these headsets. Like they used to be thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Rift S, I think, is $400,
Yep. And
It's just-
same with the Quest, which is the wireless one.
which is insane. You used to have like $1,000 computer just to run it, and now you can do it on a laptop that you have running around.
Yep. Or just the headset itself. With the
Yeah.
Quest.
It was like every school, or at least in our area, every student in schools have like Chromebooks. And they can, I don't know. If
And
they
these
can run-
headsets are about the same price as those Chromebooks that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the consumer market, the majority of the Chromebooks that we have are like $450 to $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as
Those
long
are
as-
Chromebooks.
As long as technology continues to grow, I feel like the prices will continue to drop.
Yes.
The easier and like the more sustainable resource that we make them out of, the cheaper and cheaper they will become, making it easier for the general public to gain access to this revolutionary technology.
As of now, though,
But that can't be said about the future just yet because we don't know what's actually coming.
Yeah.
In 10 years, we could be with Ready Player One technology.
But I've also seen, like, on the news, and I've seen articles where schools are using AR to teach their students science, so they can have, like, a visual representation of the atom or molecules or cells, like
And AR
anything.
AR is usually cheaper than VR.
Because
yeah.
You
with
can
the
get it on
majority
your
of newer
phone.
phones, you can use AR.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
like-
you can also use, if you want to look like an idiot, Google Glass.
Yeah,
Or
I've
the
seen-
HoloLens.
I have
if
seen-
you want to look slightly
I've
less
seen-
geeky but still look like you're full of yourself.
Yeah, I've seen the company Apple is creating glasses. They look like regular glasses, but they are AR glasses. You
And
can-
don't they?
they-
It's like a projector, and they put it on the screen of your
yeah,
eye.
You can, like, the person with glasses on can see it, but
But
no
no one
one
can
else
see
can see them. It's like a screen on your glasses.
I mean, that's still in just having the patent.
Yeah.
form.
and then also kind of wrapping it back to like schools preparing. They kind of focus too much on the students and trying to fix the student minds. They didn't really focus on the teachers and the teachers' ability to be consistent with the students. Because like in this new learning style, we need consistency from the teachers. That's just the last point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
They were
Yep.
some of the teachers really struggled to put out work consistently, like without whether it was going too much or not going enough.
Right.
Yeah, definitely a wide range in quality and quantity of assignments that were
Right.
posted,
Right.
Yes.
I felt like a lot of it was just like filler.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
which is
Yeah.
expected since this is new for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just needed something so they can say they posted work.
Yeah.
The schools definitely focused too much on fixing the students as opposed to the teachers.
Right.
Are we ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a
probably.
good point to end off this
First
episode of
episode's-
Potato Tomato on.
98.1 The Flag.
Whatever you're listening.
Your mom